condition. That's copied. We don't go above 8,000 for anyone.
The beam that was signed will end up right about here above the front door of the Palmdale Aerospace Academy. This is a holorusia, or commonly known as a crane fly. We caught a couple rides together. Now this is what the playing field would look like. It's 12 by 12. The object of the game is to get these balls into those nets. Now if you get an orange one, you get more points. If the head of the snake is pretty much the same width as its body, you're in the clear. Plus, if it has a pointy tail like this one, you're okay. I tried the drive. Okay, here we go. We are live here at the 3rd annual LA County Air Show in Lancaster. We're here at Fox Field with the Tora plane. I'm ready now. I'm gonna see what it takes to be an LA Rams cheerleader. Hey! And that's with a lesson. Puppy monkey baby, puppy monkey baby, puppy monkey baby. I totally get what they're saying. Today's a day without women. Obviously, I might need some of that green stuff. What'd you think I meant? Lots of people confuse mosquitoes with crane flies. One rule of thumb is if it's bigger than a quarter, it's likely harmless and won't be biting. This next step requires these sexy gloves, as they say. Matches my mic flag. We're gonna watch some daredevils try out this new thing in downtown. What do you mean? You want me to go where? Yeah. Heights. No, I will literally The bosses say I have to? Okay, I need a vomit bag, but I'm gonna try it. Let's head on up. It takes 2 elevators to get to the 70th floor of the US Bank Tower in downtown LA. John Gamboa is one of the people behind Skyspace LA and the Sky Slide.
The Sky Slide is a 45-foot ride from the 70th floor down to the 69th floor.
He says at first it was a little difficult to get people on board with the idea of a slide suspended 1,000 feet above the street.
Not easy. We... Exactly.
The all-glass slide was tested out with a wooden mock-up.
I actually been down the mock-up. We've had different mock-ups.
You were the guinea pig.
I was a guinea pig.
Well, he's still alive. Guess I'll give it a try. Oh God,
right,
why
so
am I
go ahead,
doing? Wait, how many people have gone on this thing?
Oh, a bunch.
Okay.
Yeah, we've had a few.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay.
I've gone down it multiple times.
Are you sure? Are you lying to me?
No, I'll see you on the other side.
Oh my God. Oh my God. All right.
That's the best.
Stuck the landing, yes. Other sliders, not so much. The ride is a grand total of 4 seconds.
You move pretty fast down the slide.
Skyspace LA and the Sky Slide is open from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Costs $25 to get up to this deck. The slide will cost you an additional $8.
This is an opportunity you just can't miss.
Even if this is you. I did it 4 times. Just a little bruise on the knee, no big deal, I survived. In downtown LA, Kwon for KFI News. First thing to keep in mind if you want to avoid getting bitten by a snake is making sure you got the right foot gear. So, time to change. Got my boots on, now it's time to take one of these guys for a walk. One easy thing to remember to do is
carry Benadryl for the dog and for themselves.
Karen Singleton has been teaching pet owners how to be safe around snakes throughout SoCal. She says one of the main components of snake avoidance training classes is to teach dogs to smell snakes. Titan has taken the class in the past. We put him to the test with this guy.
But to
All right, let's find the snake.
He kind of jumped back when he got a nostril full of snake. He said, my goodness, there's danger. And a snake can strike about half its body length. So he was well within range of being able to say, back up, let's back up to you.
Jules has also taken the class. She likes to live on the edge.
Jewel was much more subtle, being a standard poodle, much more ladylike, and she was subtly bumping you, and she didn't even know you. And she's saying, hey.
Singleton says, if I failed to pick up on Jules' subtle cues, I could have suffered the fate of this red balloon. That brave balloon holder is Carl Person. He's sort of a snake whisperer. He works with Singleton to teach the snake safety classes. He says dogs can sniff out snakes way better than we can because of their super-powered nose.
They can smell who was there yesterday and what they had to eat, who's there right now, and who's coming if the wind's right.
He says if you happen to see a snake while on a walk,
Take 2 steps back. He's not going to come after you and walk around.
in California, there is a simple way to figure out whether or not a snake is poisonous. One simple way is if the head of the snake is pretty much the same width as its body, you're in the clear. Plus, if it has a pointy tail like this one, you're okay. The classes are hosted by the High Desert Obedience Club. Cost is $95. The first snake avoidance training class will be Saturday, March 12th, so bring along Bonita, Fido, or whatever you call your pets. In Palmdale, Joe Kwon for Time Warner Cable News. Recent rains have brought a whole lot of lush green lawns to LA County and the Southland, and a whole lot of these. Bugs. Why?
I mean, a lot of insects here in Los Angeles are limited by moisture and rainfall. So when we have a good rainfall year like we have this year, then they do well.
And boy, has the area had a bug boom. The LA County Vector Control District says on some of the recent hotter days, the agency has received dozens of calls a day from customers bugging out about the bugs. Entomologist Brian Brown says the bugs people are most commonly seeing right now are midges,
Small mosquito-like flies that do not bite people,
fungus gnats,
feed on mushrooms.
and this is a holorusia, or commonly known as a crane fly.
They're the big daddy long legs like insects that you see flying to lights.
This video was filmed by a homeowner in West Hollywood who says he counted almost 24 crane flies in one weekend. This is footage from a home in Rancho Cucamonga. The homeowner says one night he saw about 80 crane flies covering the area over his patio. The Los Angeles County Vector Control District says lots of people confuse mosquitoes with crane flies. One rule of thumb is if it's bigger than a quarter, it's likely harmless and won't be biting. Brown completely agrees.
They feed on flower nectar or nothing much at all, actually.
Officials say the bombardment of bugs will likely be around through the summer. But bugs won't be going away. Up next, June bugs. Some of us are not big fans of the bug population, but it's good for curators and researchers who are looking at the effects of urbanization on the bug population in LA County. This year, they'll be focusing on the San Fernando Valley. Joe Kwon, KFI News.
This is not a typical street, no.
Tobias Daniels has lived here on Baxter Street for a couple years. He says his street has recently become really clogged.
The 5 o'clock, the rush hour hours have increased as far as what we like to call craziness here on Baxter.
Craziness Mark Stuplin says he's all too familiar with. He's lived on Baxter for 15 years.
Yeah, you know, it used to be a fun street to live on.
But he says now it's just a nightmare. He blames apps such as Waze directing cars to use his street to get around traffic.
4 o'clock, it becomes rush hour traffic. It'll be bumper to bumper. There'll be cars one after another turning off of Lake Shore, trying to make it up over the hill, and most of them don't. they get halfway up and then they start skidding backwards, and that's where it becomes dangerous.
He jokes he has built-in entertainment.
We just had a flatbed truck try to come over the hill with 2 cars on the back. Didn't make it up the hill and wound up in our bougainvillea for like 6 hours.
He says he doesn't need a TV.
No, we sit on the front porch with a glass of wine and we just watch the drama unfold every night.
Councilman Mitch O'Farrell represents this area in Echo Park and Silver Lake.
My message to anyone who is tempted to use Baxter Street is don't use it.
But some drivers ignore the advice and use it as a shortcut between Glendale Boulevard and the 2. Stuplin says that's mild.
I've seen people do pirouette turns or just refuse to go over the top and come to a complete stop.
I tried the drive. Okay, here we go.
This is what it looks like at the very top of one of these hills on Baxter. O'Farrell says this is one of the reasons he says drivers should avoid using Baxter to get around traffic.
You get to the intersection up at the top with Alessandro, and it's completely blind. It's like being on a roller coaster where you don't even see the front of your car and you don't know where you're headed. It is a potentially very dangerous intersection.
I'm here on Baxter Street in Lemoyne, and right behind me is a car trying to come up this hill. The grade is very steep, and some residents say they want the city to educate people about just how hard it is to drive up.
It shouldn't be a cut through. It shouldn't be a shortcut. It should just be for local traffic.
I know that the Waze app specifically, I know that that app has the ability to add warnings and dangers, and that's something I think that could help.
If you ever find yourself standing in the middle of Baxter Street on this super steep hill in Platform Hills, this is the perfect way to keep your balance. In the Echo Park area, Joe Kwon, KFI News. I'm here at Comic Con about to talk to all these comic connoisseurs to get the answer to this burning question. What does your girlfriend, significant other, think about you being here?
Well, I don't have one.
Next question.
No girlfriend.
Single.
No girlfriend.
I don't have one, actually.
Oh, I don't really have a girlfriend.
I don't have a girlfriend or significant other.
Don't got one.
I'm completely single.
Nay. Can't get a girlfriend, actually.
Why is that? Why not? Why do you not have love in your life?
Too busy cosplaying.
What's cosplay?
It's costume role playing.
Do you not come out of character?
What is this character you speak of? Just all this crime fighting I do, there's just really not a whole lot of time.
Well, doing crime in Gotham, that comes first.
Maybe I care about comics too much?
There's no real reason. I'm not like in my basement or something like that.
Tell me, how many Comic Cons have you been to?
13.
Are you open to love?
Oh, completely. I'm actually, talking to a girl right now. But not you, obviously. That would be really creepy, and I phrase that really creepily.
Yes. Yes.
I'm trying to find love at Comic Con.
I mean, I wouldn't be buying flowers if I didn't think I'd find love.
Some even have pickup lines.
Do you know how much a polar bear weighs? Enough to break the ice.
Did you just call me a jerk?
It's great to start off saying that, you look beautiful.
There's nothing I can think of right now.
Robin, you're disappointing me.
I know.
What's happening?
Does that work?
No.
Some stick to their skills. Some have found love.
She actually got me the tickets and everything.
She loves me and she knows I'm a nerd.
She's pretty jealous. Yeah, I'm actually gonna go meet her up right now.
I don't see her here.
She's here. She's real.
Does she exist?
I pray she does. Everybody tells me she does. So.
Oh, absolutely. I promise.
Do you think they're all lying to you?
No.
She exists.
She's just not here right now.
This guy wasn't buying it.
I'm sure each and every one of them has someone special in their lives waiting at home for them, and not a stack of 8-foot comic books and yesterday's Papa John's pizza.
Did you just describe your own home?
Yeah, a little bit.
This guy found love, and I met her.
Met about 2 years ago to play Dungeons and Dragons, actually.
He has some advice for his fellow comic fans looking for love.
Just put yourself out there. It never hurts.
Do you have time for love? No? Well, you heard it. In downtown San Diego, Joe Kwon for KFI News.